Hi, my name is Cassidy Tyler and I am a nursing major, so I chose to do the nursing facility case study. The patient involved in my case is named Milton Jones. He is 54 years old and he was diagnosed with a broken back and paralysis of his lower extremities. Milton had been a long-haul truck driver for about 10 years when he had an accident on an interstate highway in the Texas Panhandle during a winter blizzard, which is what caused his broken back and paralysis of his lower extremities. He had to stay for 6 weeks in a rehabilitation hospital, then he was transferred to a nursing facility in Amarillo, Texas. Before the accident, Milton had a rental home in a small town outside of Marble Falls, Texas, which was about 600 miles from Amarillo. Milton did not have any immediate family and he was estranged from his ex-wife. Before the accident, Milton had monthly phone calls with his 22-year-old son who resided in Dallas. After Milton was in the nursing facility for 18 months, he felt that he was too young to be in a nursing facility, which I understood to be a nursing home, and he wanted to move. Milton wished to either move back home or at least to a closer community where his son could come visit him more often. When Milton first arrived at the nursing facility in Amarillo, he remembered hearing from a DADS eligibility worker about some community options that may be available to him. However, when he first heard about this, he was in too much pain to think that far ahead into it. After a year and a half, he asked the nursing facility staff about leaving. However, that seemed too difficult because he needed 24-hour care. One of Milton's friends in the nursing facility who was about to move suggested to Milton that he speak with the ombudsman from the Area Agency of Aging and the relocation specialist that both visited the nursing facility quite frequently. The ombudsman gave Milton a brochure called Money Follows the Person to Community Living, and he also gave him contact information for the local relocation specialist, who is contracted by the state to specifically assist nursing facility residents who want to relocate, and the Department of Aging and Disability Service, or DADS, case manager. A referral came from the AAA Ombudsman's office. Within a week of this referral, the relocation specialist went to the nursing facility to verify Milton's request, discuss his relocation needs, and conduct a relocation assessment. The relocation specialist also provided Milton with a brief description of the types of waiver services available and told him that a DADS case manager would meet with him in the near future. The relocation specialist then began talking about the types of transition services and support that he might want during and after his transition into the new community. The relocation specialist told Milton that he can make his own decisions and he could use as much or as little relocation support as he wanted. The relocation assessment identifies the following information: personal data, medical conditions, previous home care arrangements, housing and neighborhood preferences, financial situation information, family support that can be provided, transportation needs, public and private support needed, and assistive technology needs. Milton requested to live in a place where his son could visit and stay with him. He also requested that he be close to a grocery store, a bookstore because he enjoys to read, and transportation to his medical appointments. A few days later, the DADS caseworker contacted Milton about scheduling a visit with him at the nursing facility to begin the application process for the community-based services. The case manager gave Milton many options about hiring a home health attendant, and Milton chose to have the home health agency select his attendant for him. Prior to the move, Milton met with the DADS case manager, relocation specialist, and others to develop a plan to enclose the success of this transition. Together, they revisited Milton's goals and objectives for living in the community, as well as Milton's responsibilities, his community support, and the staff supporting his transition. Because of the limited resources for housing assistance, it took several months to find housing to meet Milton's preferences for enough space so his son could visit, and those also in the paratransit service area. During this time, his relocation specialist visited him every few weeks to give him an update on the housing situation. Milton, the DADS case manager, and the home health agency and the relocation specialist determined a discharge date from the nursing facility on the day of discharge and relocation. Milton's relocation specialist met with him when he arrived at his appointment, and he also made sure when Milton arrived at his apartment, and he also made sure his personal assistance worker reported to work at the same time as Milton arrived to the apartment. As indicated in the service plan, the direct services staff attends to Milton a few times a week as required, and the case manager periodically checks in with him to ensure that he is adjusting to his new living arrangements well. One day, Milton's service manager failed to show up as scheduled, and when Milton tried to get himself into his wheelchair, he felt very dizzy and had to go lie down. Milton punched the button on his emergency response system, which contacted the home health agency's emergency number and to a neighbor that volunteered to help Milton downstairs. The neighbor immediately checked on Milton and put him on the phone with the home health agency. Milton told them his attendant failed to show up, and the agency filed the incident on their complaint log and indicated the actions taken to remedy the situation and prevent it from happening again. Over the next 3-month period, the relocation specialist will visit Milton 4 times in the first month, 2 times in the second month, and once again during the third month. In between these visits, the case manager will talk to Milton on the phone on an as-needed basis, and the DADS case manager will visit Milton at least every 6 months unless circumstances warrant more frequent contact. Thank you.